This is Russell Fagan, aka Sinistral Rifleman, and this is my Desert Brutality 2019 Stage 1 match video. I shot through the match in Classic Division with the staff to proof out the stages to make sure they were doable by all the other competitors. Classic Division is firearms made before 1986 and replicas thereof. I believe that using this more basic equipment was a better way to test the stages to see if they were completable by other competitors. This stage began with about a 100-yard dash before the shooter had to climb over these barricades and enter the shooting area. Testing these barricades during the walkthrough, I found that the best way for me to traverse them was to put my foot between the two of them and pull myself over. I'm conscientious about coming down off of obstacles. I don't want to roll an ankle or otherwise cause impact damage coming down too hard that would take me out of the match. From this first position, 2 hits are required on steel. I then transition to the paper targets. Only 2 hits are required, but I shoot 3 rounds just to be sure. Any unneutralized target is plus 60 seconds under these match rules. I built the rifle I'm using to get the most advantage out of Classic Division rules. In doing so, I unintentionally built what is effectively a Colt 605 clone like you're seeing Carl and Ian use during this event. 16-inch rifle gas guns shoot very smoothly. After engaging the paper, I change magazines before engaging the steel from the trenches. It is not required to retain partial magazines at this event. At first, I take a stabilized position off the railroad ties to make sure that I have a good sight picture before sending the shots. There are 2 sweeps required from each position. Now that I'm comfortable in my marksmanship, I take the rest of the shots offhand. Sometimes things get clarified between the staff match and the general match for the rest of the competitors. Going over the sides to enter and exit the trenches here is one of those things. We originally interpreted the stage description to mean that the shooter had to enter and exit over the sides of the trenches. During the main match, competitors could enter from the rear of the trench and back out to move to the next one. In effect, my staff match run was more difficult for this reason. If you see other parts of the match where you think it's easier in the staff match portion, please keep this in mind. It's a total time match, so all the stages are added together for the final result. Other than zeroing, I did not practice with this rifle at all before this match. The main thing I'm noticing throughout these engagements is the pause I have to take to stabilize the sight picture before I send the shots. I was 5th out of 23 competitors in Classic Division on this stage. Here's my Armored Plus P run during the main match. Armored Plus P requires that the competitor wear a plate carrier, helmet, and all their ammunition they will use for the duration of the event. Equipment, as far as firearms goes, is unlimited. Ready.
Shooter, are you ready?
Ready.
Stand by.
I'm starting the event with about 240 rounds of 5.56 and 150 of 9mm. The rifle I'm using is my KE-15 Commando short-barreled rifle with aim point T2 and 3x magnifier. This is the same rifle that I used at the Tiger Valley team match, albeit with a different optic. You may notice that I'm willing to be quicker in my shot cadence using the red dot than I am with iron sights. Aiming in a single plane rather than lining up iron sights is a definitive speed advantage. It's also quicker when transitioning between targets, as I can always see where the next target is, versus iron sights occluding a wide part of my field of view. On this run, I back out of the trenches, as that's what most other competitors were doing. This was definitively easier than hopping over the side, especially while wearing all the armor and ammo that I am in Armored Plus P. Physically, the Classic Division run was easier because I was 50 pounds lighter not wearing armor and all the ammunition I needed to carry. Shooting-wise, though, the Armored Plus P run was easier because the transitions are much more effective using the red dot on the carbine than the iron sights. Even if I miss, it's much easier to make up the shot quickly than it is with iron sights. I was 6th out of 24 competitors in Armored Plus P division on this stage. Versus myself, chalk this up as a win to the Armored Plus P version. However, I think the results would be much closer together if I had exited the rear of the trenches in the Classic Division run as I did in the Armored Plus P run. Thank you for watching, and come back again for more of my Desert Brutality 2019 match experience. I'll be showing all the stages in sequence, both the good and the bad.